So this video is all about how to overcome nerves at networking events. Let me start by telling you a quick story. The very first networking event that I ever went to, I didn't sleep for 2 nights before. I really didn't. I got barely an hour's sleep both nights. I sat down at my desk the night before the event and I started writing up my elevator pitch. And it was that quintessential scene from a Hollywood film where someone's writing a letter and then they scrumple it up, put it in the bin, they start writing it again. It was that. I wrote it out 7 times. By time number 7, I thought either it's right or I've just given up. Honestly, it's going to be what it is. And then on the way to the event, in the car on the way there, I started practicing it to the window, which was great because the window didn't laugh, it didn't answer back, and I felt kind of comfortable. And I know that's cheesy, but I promise you, the more you practice when you're in the room in front of people, the better it gets. But even with all of that, once I got into the room and it got to my turn to talk, honestly, I could really feel the hairs on my arms standing up. I could feel my heart start to race a little bit. Everything started to go a little bit light in the room. And I'll tell you what, my hands were shaking like there was a gale force wind going through that room. I was so far out of my comfort zone because I wasn't really a people person at the time. It takes practice. It takes effort to develop that if it's not a natural trait. And by doing that every week, I just got a little bit better. And you can do exactly the same. Here's the things I kind of learned along the way. First of all, definitely write out bullet points. If you can possibly avoid scripting, it's going to come across so much more authentic and human and like you are. Secondly, to get rid of nerves, remember, you are the expert on your business. There isn't a person on the planet who knows more about what you do or has more authority in the topic of what you personally do in your business than you do. You've got to take strength from that. You've got to take comfort in that because that really is the truth. Thirdly, you know at least 3% more about what you do than everyone else in the room, even on a general level. You definitely know more than that, and probably far, far, far more than that, right? But even if you know just 3% more than everyone else in your room, you're the expert. Again, take strength from that, take courage from that. And practice makes perfect. The more you write it out on those bits of paper, and ideally bullet points will come across best if you possibly can. The more you practice, and I did literally do this every week for months. I used to practice to my car windscreen on my way to my networking event every single week. And it just gave me that strength. And when you're stood up there and the adrenaline starts to flow, and if you haven't got a reference point, you're going to stumble. You're going to look like you haven't prepared. But if you've done it 7 or 8 times already that morning, you're going to look really slick. Even if you're not ready, you're going to look really slick. And people's perceptions will be different to how you feel. Remember that too. If you feel like, oh, that was kind of all right, I wouldn't say that. Don't apologise for it. You've done your best. You mustn't ever apologise for that. And every week it will get better until you're absolutely slick and you look forward to it. I promise you that moment will come. Hope that helps.